What is going on, guys and girls? My name is James ThnxCya. Welcome back today to Roblox. How doing, everyone? Welcome back. Welcome back. Today, once again, it is time for some brand new bee swarm simulator. And, oh my goodness, today we are looking at a new feature that just dropped into the test realm literally like an hour ago. And this is something that, to be honest with you, I would not have expected to come into Bee Swarm. So of course, as usual, we have lots and lots of awesome pictures. We're going to discuss this brand new feature that Onnit is testing, how it's going to work in the game. And yeah, this one is kind of mad. So 3, 2, 1, claim the hive. How are we all doing? I hope you guys and girls are great. Yeah. This one is kind of mad. So I've actually, as well as talking about this, and I'm going to show you guys lots of pictures and stuff like that, I do also have a theory as to why this has come into the game and potentially, now this is just a theory, but why I think this is kind of cool, because this actually might be a huge hint as to what Onnit might be planning for a future game in 2020. So yeah, this new feature is called the CUB console, and this is essentially a buddy system inside Bee Swarm Simulator, which is going to help you whilst you're playing through various different bits and pieces. Oh geez, this is so cool. Where do we even begin? Okay, so in terms of the screenshots and the stuff that we're going to take a look at today, we're going to go slightly out of order from the screenshots which I have already had. So literally, this only came out like an hour ago, I think. So the screenshots that I've got as of right this moment were the only ones that I've had up until this point. And yeah, they're still so cool. We've got so many cool pictures, and we've also got some words from Onnit as to what these things do in the first place. So we're going to begin with this one here. This is from Roblox for Life. Preach, my dude, preach. And essentially this picture is a look at the interface for this new CUB console companion. So it's kind of like a buddy. So yeah, what we'll do is, if I actually pop this up on my screen, that is probably going to be helpful. If we actually take a look at the interface itself, this thing looks incredible. So as you can see there, you have a baby black bear, and you have some options and some information about your CUB buddy. So yeah, this is essentially like a little equipable bear helper. Now, we're going to see what the actual thing does in just a second. We actually have some information from Onnit that tells us what this guy does. But what you can do in your actual CUB console here for your buddy is you can give the bear a name, basically. So you can give it a name. You can see its age, which is interesting, which kind of, I guess, lets us know that the more that you play with your buddy, maybe the more it might grow up. Maybe it's going to grow or something. I have no idea. And then you've also got the skin, which is very important. So as you can see for this one, it is a baby version of Black Bear. So you can equip or unequip your bear, and then you also have a choice of skins to reskin your bear depending on which one you want. So yeah, you may be thinking, skins, what is this, Fortnite? I guess kind of technically. But yeah, this is really, really cool. So what we can do now is we are going to go and look at another tweet here. So this is once again from Roblox for Life, which is very, very cool. Thank you very much, my dude. And you can see here an amazing example of just a few of the skins which are going to be available with your buddy. So in this little image here, we can actually see 3 of them. We have the black CUB, which I'm guessing is the default. Oh yeah, there we go. It says it there. It says this is the default skin given to all CUB buddy owners. And then below that, we've actually got 2 extra ones. So we've got the noob CUB. So all of these all these bears are going to be based off bears which appear in the game. So Noob CUB is in charge of the noob shop right at the beginning. It says here, this little noob doesn't know the first thing about running a shop. Obtained in the CUB Buddy launch pack. So what we can tell from this is that this guy is going to be obtained through a brand new Robux pack, which is coming into the game, which is kind of interesting. And then the one below it is called the Bee Cub, a young polar bear going through an identity crisis obtained by completing all of the Bee Bear Cub Buddies quests. So now this is very interesting, because what this is saying is that in terms of if you want to collect the skins, yes, there might be a few skins that will be locked behind Robux purchases, but most importantly, there will be some really, really cool skins that you can obtain completely for free by completing quest lines. And it seems like it's a brand new quest line because it is saying the Bee, Bear, Cub buddy quests. So this is going to be a brand new quest line to obtain these awesome buddy skins. So yeah, I'm all for this. I think this sounds amazing. One, it's a chance to get some brand new quests in the game and brand new quest lines. Two, it's another thing to want to try and collect. And three, these guys also have a huge benefit to you when you play Bee Swarm because they don't just stand around and look pretty. They actually do some really cool stuff. So, do you guys and girls want to see what this bad boy actually does? Well, let's go and hear from On It himself. So yeah, I also got some tweets here from Juckelner, which sounds incredibly German. Was machst du für die Gesundheit? Ich trenne meinen Müll. If you know, you know. But yeah, these are really, really cool pictures because it actually explains what these cub buddies do and what their purpose actually is. So, if we actually go and take a little look at the things that On It has said here, we can see, if I pop this up on my screen here, that where is it? Oh geez. Aha, there it is. He says, the cubs aren't as impactful as an event bee or something like that. They follow you, help pick up tokens, and occasionally spawn rewards, sort of like the festive bee. Mostly treats, but also jelly beans, microconverters, and stuff like that. So, this sounds amazing for so many different reasons. One, these guys are literally going to follow you as you play Bee Swarm. So not only are they going to follow you around, but they're also going to help you out in the fields by one, collecting tokens, which I think is amazing, and two, they're going to work as effectively like a secondary festive bee, occasionally spawning really useful items, and the most important thing here is that they're also going to spawn, in my opinion, some of the most useful items in the game. Jelly beans, number one, amazing with field boosting, amazing when doing wins, and also things like microconverters, which are exactly the same. They're so useful for when you're doing win boosts, when you're doing field boosters, all that stuff. So yeah, these are kind of like your Bee Swarm buddies. And I think it's kind of cool because I do grinding on a private server and it's always very, very quiet. I mean, sometimes we stand here and we dance with Stickbug. Not even Stickbug is dancing. Do you see how lonely it is in Bee Swarm? We need some cub buddies. Hey! Stickbug, stop dancing. You're ruining the somber mood. So yeah, just a bit of extra information there. A few other screenshots from that last tweet. On it here says that if you're in the 35B zone in the test realm, you can pick up the Black Bear Cub on top of the Wind Shrine and try renaming it too, because I need to see if that's working. So yeah, basically On It is currently testing this new feature. He then goes on to say here that I'm having the test realm to make sure that their gift mechanic timer isn't glitching out because it was glitching for him earlier. So he's basically testing the rate that the new Cub Buddy actually gives you items. So yeah, this is currently being tested as of right now. To be honest with you, this is not something that I was expecting to find in Bee Swarm, but I think this is so cool. This is just amazing. I absolutely love the idea of this, and I do have a theory as to why this has been introduced. So it's kind of annoying actually, like you're just gonna have to take my word for this, and yeah, normally everything that I do in these update videos and these leak videos and these test realm videos, I always try and have like backup evidence on the screen so you guys can see that it's legit. I really hope that you guys believe me on this one because I promise this happened and I don't have screenshots of it as like at this very moment. But On It was speaking maybe about 2 and a bit weeks ago, and he was talking about kind of, I think we covered it in a video actually. He was talking about potentially thinking about a new game in the future, and then he was also, after that, maybe a couple of days after that, he was also talking a lot about Pet Simulator 2. So yeah, Pet Simulator 2 came out like a couple of weeks ago. And from what it seems like, Onyx kind of enjoyed the mechanics behind that. And he was also mentioning about, you know, he was thinking about maybe trying a new game or starting the development in like 2020 sometime. So I kind of feel, this is my theory, right? I feel like this might be one, a really cool feature for Bee Swarm, but two, I'm also kind of maybe sort of thinking that he might be testing some kind of mechanic to do with perhaps a kind of pet simulatory style game. Now, I don't know this for certain, and this is just a theory, but he seemed to like, from what I read, he seemed to be really enjoying the mechanic behind Pet Sim 2, sort of, you know, the pet collection and that kind of thing. And potentially this might be in some way related to this. And I'm not saying that this is 100% genuine or, you know, is going to happen, but from having like a feature inside Bee Swarm when you physically have like a pet that goes and collects stuff. I know the bees do that as well, but like having like a physical buddy that you can reskin and stuff, it's all experience when you're a developer, and then you can use those skills to transfer them over onto other games. So yeah, kind of just a little theory. Maybe, just maybe that's what Onyx is thinking about doing for his next game. Something kind of along the lines of a pet simulator style experience. Although, like, I think Bee Swarm is incredible. Like, I think it's so incredibly technical, and it was weird as well because I was reading through that conversation, and Onyx was basically saying, like, behind the scenes, Bee Swarm Simulator is a bit of a mess when it comes to the coding. I find that really bizarre from someone that's played like so much Bee Swarm. And here's the thing, like, I don't know what it's like to develop a game, like code-wise, but in my opinion, everything in Bee Swarm works perfectly. And that's kind of weird, isn't it? So like the developer on it, he's saying like it's a bit of a mess behind the scenes. And then for someone like me or someone like you who's playing the game, I don't think there's any bugs. Like, I can't remember a bug in Bee Swarm that I can think of. Can you? So yeah, just like a little theory. I don't know. Like, I have no idea, zero idea what Onyx may or may not be planning for his next Roblox game. What I would say about that though is that obviously Onyx still has huge plans for Bee Swarm Simulator. So I mean, I wouldn't start thinking that Onyx is going to release a new game in like the next month or two. That's just not going to happen. But you know, maybe at some point in 2020 we might be able to get like a little teaser as to what he may or may not be thinking. But in terms of Bee Swarm, I definitely think that there's still so much more that Onyx wants to do with the game. I still think there's lots and lots of awesome features planned. And we can see over these test run videos that he's working super duper hard to introduce some amazing things. So yeah, just very quickly before I go, I think unfortunately that's probably about it. But in terms of the next update over the Christmas period, I'm really hoping that if it can't all be released in one go, maybe it's going to be released in 2 parts. I feel like that would be amazing. Maybe a part just before Christmas, and then maybe the second part on Christmas Day. I would love content to play like 4 or 5 days before Christmas. I think that would be amazing for everyone. Everyone's off school, everyone's off work, all that good stuff. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we'll have some at least by Christmas Day. There's so much cool stuff planned. It looks amazing, and we're definitely going to be covering it on the channel. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please remember to poke me in that like button. And if you are not yet subscribed, go for it, because we do Roblox done fun. But until next time, thank you once again for watching. It's been such a pleasure. As always, thanks. And see ya.